You know, there are defining moments in any type of peaceful protest or information that needs to be provided to explain why things occur where people try to stop an ongoing injustice. Now, we've already done podcasts on the sacred fire that's been going at Kouchibouguac starting Monday, October 7th. It will be reaching its 100th day. Now, there's members of the Vautour family are on site to keep the fire going and to spread the word about the illegal expropriation of the Jackie Vautour family, 250 other families, and parts of approximately 8 or 9 communities in the creation of the Kouchibouguac National Park between the late 1960s and into the 70s. For the 5 people out there who don't know what I'm talking about, Jackie Vautour, who was an Acadian Metis and many other mixed blood Aboriginal people, were illegally forced off the land by Premier Robichaud and Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau in a collusion to create the park. Now, Robichaud said it was a part of job creation. Now, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. This ongoing, not say dispute, but ongoing battle between the forces of government that decided they could manipulate and take over land that hereditarily belonged to status and non-status Indians in the park, and to make a federal park as part of a job scheme has not really gone away. Now, the fire itself, in Aboriginal culture, we have sacred fires that celebrate our elders, celebrate our heritage, and it's basically designed to use peaceful means to let people know. Now, one of the supporters of the cause is a very important member of the extended Vautour family, Courtney Vautour. Now, she posted something very interesting about a day ago about the sacred fire. Now, I want you to listen to these words. They're coming from a person that is at the site and wants to let you know what's going on. Now, Courtney said in a Facebook post, on Monday, our sacred fire will have been going for 100 days. I've learned a lot about myself during this time, and I've seen the kindness of our community, and how throughout everything the park has done, we are still here and we're working together. We will win this, which against the expropriation is an ongoing thing, if you continue to stick together. This is what she said as well. Our people, the mixed blood from Kouchibouguac, won't be silenced anymore. We won't be ghosts anymore. Time to acknowledge us. Please feel free to join us. Sounds like poetry, is it? Sort of like a Trail of Tears type of poetry. Better words were not spoken. Now, just as a reminder, we did a previous podcast. On Monday, October 7th at 1 p.m. at the sacred site, there will be a peaceful information event which will let people know what has been going on and what's been planned for the coming the last few months or the last situation. Now, Edmond Vautour, the son of Jackie Vautour, released a press release about a day and a half ago about the upcoming event, and he said, on Monday, 7th of October at 1 p.m., there will be gathering on Jackie Vautour's land in Kouchibouguac to celebrate the 100 days of the Sacred Fire. Now, this Sacred Fire area reflects the original encampment area where Jackie Vautour lived before the expropriation. Now, according to Edmond Vautour, the reason for this gathering is to support the people that give their time to support the expropriates. Everyone is invited. Now, I spoke with Edmond in recent days. He's basically saying this is a public event. Anybody who wants to come to learn more about it, people that support the ongoing situation, or people want to get informed. I would suggest to anybody listening to this also to contact your local mayors, your MLA, your MPs, to explain why you support what I call the Jackie Vautour situation or affair or Jackie Vautour protests. Jackie squatted on that land. Squatted is not the right word. He lived on his own land in the park, and he has been continuously harassed and demeaned. Now, in recent weeks, we've talked about it too as well in our previous podcast, members of the extended Vautour family have been charged and arrested and harassed by the RCMP and the Parks Canada officials, including, I think, charges of one supporter delivering wood to the encampment, like the Sacred Fire area, while others were charged for maintaining the fire under, I think it was either federal or provincial law. Now, all these charges should be thrown out. Some people say in relation to another case is more hearsay. I don't want to get into the legal aspect of this. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Did the Jackie Vautour family and the other families that were kicked out and the members of the 8 or 9 communities, did they initiate the park? No. They expropriated their land. Now, it's illegal now to expropriate land across Canada for a Park Canada event. There has to be consultations or information. It's like this. If you know and think about the Jackie Vautour case, you're saying to yourself, I was born in 1965. The Jackie Vautour situation started in 69 onwards. I started covering Jackie Vautour as a journalist, the situation officially, in 1983. Now, this has been 41 years for me because I am an Acadian Metis, or what they call Eastern Indian, whatever you want to call us, Eastern Métis. And the situation is this. The family was disrespected when they were kicked off the land. 55 years later, the stress and the generational trauma and the harassment, especially over the summer, and if you go on the site Ensemble Together for Justice, Ensemble pour la Justice talks about what happened. There's been posts of the charges and all that. It's a dumb situation. They're charging people for protesting with all good intent of an illegal act that was perpetrated against them 55 years ago. It's like this. If I have my car stolen and I get it back, okay, and I hold up a sign in a parking lot, let's say of a Walmart, and said, Joe Blow stole my sign, watch out for him. That's what they're basically saying. The Sacred Fire and all the information is saying, listen, you haven't apologized for what happened. You haven't respected the process of communication. You never respected Jackie Vautour in his many years of protest and extended family. They're basically the assessed charges and harassment against the peaceful protesters for a situation that their bosses years ago created. They committed an illegal act on the site. They're doing Jackie Vautour Affair supporters, or Jackie Vautour Sacred Fire supporters, right, are doing that to inform the public what's going on. And they're doing the same thing that you did 50 years ago, filing charges because they're saying it was wrong. Of course everybody knows it was wrong. Put it this way. If a bunch of people showed up in Woodstock, New Brunswick, let's say outside of Woodstock, Upper Woodstock or Lower Woodstock or whatever, and saying, we're all going to kick you off the land and we're going to make a park, we're going to call it the Carlton Park, or Carlton, Parks Canada Carlton. You think they would have put up in that 1969? These were a bunch of poor people, a bunch of people who were just living off the land, or, seasonal workers, peacefully living their lives, and they came over and said, well, we know better than you. We're going to make you jobs, and we're going to take your land because you can't use land because you don't really own it. This is unceded territory, by the way, as well. There was no treaties ever signed with the Acadian Metis or the Aboriginal people initially over the Kouchibouguac situation. If that was status Indians that they expropriated, okay, it would have been hell to pay. And ironically, that was 69 was the same year with the federal government trying to put to repeal the Indian Act would take status away from people. Like, it was a weird time. So Louis Robichaud and Acadian Metis, probably a self-hater, and Trudeau colluded. So support the Sacred Fire. Go on that day, learn more, talk to your MLA, talk to your mayor, talk to your local council representatives. Because this is not a white issue, this is not a non-status issue, this is not an Aboriginal issue, this is a human rights issue. If someone comes on your land and steals it to make a plaything like a park, that's what it is, it's a money grab. Oh, look at the trees, whatever. Who in the hell is not going to protest about that? If someone came in my hometown of Gravelhill or Lorne, you think the people from Rock Vegas and Lorne and Jacket River, Nash Creek and Mercury would have put up with that shit? Because they had no rights back in 69. And by the way, there's been little media publicity besides myself as an independent journalist and podcaster as to what's going on. So, again, just a reminder, on Monday, October 7th at 1 p.m., please attend the ceremonies to celebrate the 100th day of the Sacred Fire in tribute to the Jackie Vautour legacy, or whatever you want to call it. Be informed, be active. And like I said, whether you're white, blue, purple, I said that the other day, it doesn't matter. This is a human rights issue. These families and communities were disrespected by a self-hating Acadian Metis, or as Louis Charlie Van Horn called him, a half-breed, and Pierre Trudeau, who basically came in as Prime Minister and wanted to put his own mandate. Hey, you think if Pierre Trudeau would have tried that in 2024, he would friggin' assassinated, and not by the Indians, but probably his own people. By the way, learn more online or talking to elders about the importance of the sacred fire. It's something that is like doing a smudge. Ceremony is very big in Mi'kmaq and Maliseet and Cree and Mohawk culture. And I'm Mi'kmaq by ancestry, but I am part Jewish and I'm part Roma. I'm a mix blood. My Aboriginal blood, that makes me Metis Acadien, or as I call Acadian Metis. A lot of people learn in the North Shore. So, again, what Courtney and the rest of the supporters are doing, I support you 100%. Learn more before you go there, and when you go there, soak it all up and spread the word. Peaceful protests, peaceful information, cooperation, reconciliation is important. These people are not aggressive. There could have been moments that it could have turned violent, but it wasn't violent at all. The violence was perpetrated, emotional violence was perpetrated against the Jackie Vautour family and the other families. They basically said, you are worthless. Your land's worth something, but you're worthless. So we're going to keep what's worthy to us, and we're going to kick you off. Okay, this is Canada 1969. This is not Canada 1837 or Canada, But look, I really think, in my personal opinion, what he did to them in 69 probably rippled off to 81 with the Listagouche raids, the Salmon War in 81, and Listagouche, Quebec, and Oka, because they were pushing the First Nation peoples around. See, this was non-status. So it took him a few years, but he said, we can do the status. Like when the Sûreté de Quebec was saying that white people that were there to chronicle the event made up the photos. If you look at Incident at Restigouche, the famous documentary, I covered the Second Salmon War in the mid-90s, by the way, and I covered part of Oka. See, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, federal governments, it doesn't matter what country it is, always think they know what's best for the citizens. Do you think that when he did that 1969, we still be talking about it 55 years later? Who's in the right here? They're not in the right. The people at the encampment, the people at the Sacred Fire, and Jackie Vautour's extended families, and the 250 families that were expropriated, and the community members, you are in the right. Whether they charge you with 500 charges, they can make up any charges. They can charge me for doing this podcast, saying I'm threatening the federal government. I'm not threatening the federal government. Smarten up, okay? If you really are sincere, first of all, apologize and negotiate a common solution. Make part of the park in Jackie Vautour's name, where people can learn about Aboriginal culture, both status and non-status. Get some elders to come in. You got King's Landing for the white people down in my area of the province. Why not have something, call it the Jackie Vautour legacy land, or the tribute to Jackie and all the families, or called the Vautour location at Kouchibouguac. It's a big enough park. You can share the land. Say, like, guess who? That's a song. That's a song people should remember. Share the land, which around the same time of the ongoing Jackie Vautour situation. So, sorry I'm getting my pedestal, but this is for all the Vautour family. I may be a courier from Northern New Brunswick, but I consider them our spiritual brothers. My Acadian Metis has no connection with the non-status Aboriginal people in Kouchibouguac. We're more, some Mariah, some Listagouche, some Pabineau, Chief Terry Richards, and that's Shadut, my cousin. So, ladies and gentlemen, get informed. October 7th, 1 p.m. at the Sacred Fire location at Kouchibouguac, and go there and feel the ghosts of Jackie Vautour, the ghosts of Jackie Vautour, calling for justice. The famous photo with the two hands up, and never get mad at your enemy. Make your enemy understand why they shouldn't be your enemy. Thanks for listening. Bye.